And we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode on GTM Rewired with me. And every week we try to get you some amazing guests. And this time we have Olena with us. She's going to talk about, and she's already agreed that she'll be spilling the secret sauce around Reddit strategy, Reddit marketing. So I have her on record saying that she'll be spilling all the secret beans here and telling us how to crack Reddit. But before we get into that, I want to do a quick introduction. She's a fractional product marketer and a community strategist who helps companies use Reddit strategically for marketing, product launches, and brand visibility. So, literally, all the use cases for Reddit you can think of from a GTM point of view, from a marketing point of view, she does it. She's a community member of the year on Product Hunt and runners up and recognized amongst the top 20 product marketing influencers by Fevicon. So, guys, I know a lot of founders are building products who are watching this live and who have been watching our podcast live. So, she's the person you need to get in touch with if Reddit is an important part of your GTM strategy. Her work has been focusing on helping teams engage authentically in online communities, turning conversations into trust signals that influence not just buyers, but even AI engines. And so, thank you so much because that was a question that I was trying to figure out. And how I came across her also is because one of her posts talked about Reddit marketing strategy and how it is impacting LLMs. And that's what caught my attention. And I saw her profile and I became a huge fan instantly. I said, oh my God, she knows what she's talking about. I need to have her on the podcast. Thank you so much, Olena, for coming here today and giving us your time.
Thank you so much, Swati, with this introduction. Let's do this every week.
Oh, I would love to do that. So much to learn from you. So let's start with the first question, which is all about the topic of the day, which is about using Reddit for marketing, community building, and even LLM citation. So basically, influencing LLMs and AI engines. So, what does this actually mean? And what has been your journey? How did Reddit become such a core part of your work?
Okay, I'm a product marketer. I do launches. I was very active on Product Hunt and generally I did launches. And I saw that some people used Reddit for their launches. So I got curious. If they do this, I also should do this. I also should try. But I had no clue how it worked. So it was last year, January. Reddit wasn't so popular like it now and became after this. So I just created I think I already had an account, but I didn't use it. So I just opened my account and I started joining marketing communities. First of all, it's just observation, and I did this on LinkedIn. I just try to understand what works on Reddit. So I joined niche communities and just saw what people were posting, commenting. And after this, I also started joining discussions, but I didn't have a goal in mind. I just wanted to try. So I just commenting and posting and just trying to understand how it worked. But after this, I got a message. I used this tool and from the founder, and he asked me, can I recommend something in this tool on Reddit? And I asked some questions. And after this, I said, why not? So I tried to do this. We know about promotions on Reddit, but why this worked for me? Because I posted a lot of useful comments. And if I started sometimes promote something, it's okay. Because I can tell you about a Reddit rule. It's one of the main rule. It's not like official, but let's say it's a good rule. So 9 pieces of content should be useful and 1 piece of content can be promotional. So it's a great rule. And if you follow it, you'll be okay. Just read the rules of the subreddit if promotion is okay, and in most subreddits, if you follow this rule, you can promote, but you should post something useful, and then why not promote?
Wow, I think this is the formula right here for all of us. 9 is to 1. So 9 useful comments to one promotional comment, and then your promotional comment will get noticed because you're somebody who's actually contributing value to the community, is what I understand. So that's beautifully put. But I think there's a question that I would want to ask is that, is Reddit for everyone? Like, there was a question when somebody asked that, should I even bother with Reddit at all? And Olina, I think you would be the best person to answer this, that in your opinion, in your view, who is Reddit actually for, and which industry or which kind of profile people can skip it? What kind of businesses and individuals should definitely think about Reddit as a potential channel for community building and discovery?
Let's say, based on my experience, product-led growth companies with a lot of users, it's for them. But we can't say that other companies can't use it. If we talk about product-led growth companies, for example, I know a company called Proton. It's cybersecurity companies with VPN, email, storage, and they have a separate subreddit for each of their products with thousands of members. So if you are product-led growth with a lot of customers, yes, definitely yes. But I have a smart way to decide, is it Reddit a good channel for you? So you should do an audit, like in everything you should do. You should do an audit. First of all, it's an audit on Reddit. You just need to search for your industry, for your company name, and see are people are talking about you, about your industry on Reddit. Or you can do search on Google and just add Reddit at the end.
Okay.
If your customers are on Reddit, probably you can be on Reddit. And based on my experience, I did audits for sales-led companies, cybersecurity companies, and always people are always talking about you, without you or with you. It all depends on you. You can't join, or it's on you. So the main thing, yes.
No, this is a beautiful point. I think do an audit because and all sorts of companies, because there was this one company which is in a very very specific technical space, and yet what we noticed was that when there was the bottom of the funnel search, when people were comparing that company to its competitors, asking for a pros and cons list from a chat GPT or Perplexity, that one Reddit comment which had something negative to say about them, that was the source of information for AI. And then rest of the story, we realized AI is making up on its own. It wasn't even that information wasn't even there in the comment. AI kind of made a perception based on that comment of what this company is about, which was really hard. So like you said, that either you join the discussion, with or without you, the discussion is happening. So if the discussion around your industry is happening on Reddit, that means your customers are on Reddit. They might be there for other use cases. They might be there for like finding out which is the best movies which have come out, or maybe the best web series to kind of binge on Netflix. But they are there. So if in case they see something around their industry, professionally also they have that discussion. Which gets me to my next question, that you talked about doing the audit, and I think that would be like the first step in like a framework of getting started on Reddit. Can you walk us through like a framework, or some sort of a workflow, or playbook, that if you're using Reddit as a marketing channel, how should you prioritize it? How should you find internal subreddits? um, should it be your employees, because then when they leave the company, then their IDs go with them? I mean, how should a company plan it so that it's strategic and it's scalable, and you can continue growing it despite that employee leaving the company?
It's an interesting question. And first of all, you should understand what resources do you have. Because I can now recommend whatever, a lot of things, and you can need even a whole team for this. But the beauty of Reddit is that you can spend 1 hour per month, for example, on Reddit, or you can have a whole team full-time work on Reddit. So it depends on your resources and if it makes sense for you and how can you use Reddit. Because I can work on Reddit full time, creating community, being everywhere, like inviting people to host Ask Me Anything sessions, like doing everything. But If Reddit is just one of my channels and I don't have time at all, I know what to do and how to prioritize. And I'll tell you now what I would prioritize based on resources I have. So first of all, it's to do an audit and create your accounts. I right now recommend, even if you don't use Reddit right now, create your accounts. It's very, very important because the age of your account matters. So if you don't use Reddit right now, it's good to create your account right now. The next, what to do, I would create a list of discussions that are already cited in ChatGPT or on Google.
Okay.
Yes. So these discussions are already cited, and if you want to be there and you want to be there, why not to start with the most important our goal? And so you should do this. How to do this? You can do this manually. You can just ask ChatGPT, ask other LLMs different questions about your industry, about your product, and just list all these discussions. You can use special tools for this. And so you can do Reddit search. Reddit has a special search, Reddit answers, and you can do audit there. And also you can just search on Reddit or search on Google and at Reddit, and you will have about 10-15 discussions. And now you remember my rule, 9 to 1. It's not a strict rule, but it's a good rule. I think the main thing is when someone opens your profile, it shouldn't be a promotional wall. And sometimes, and a lot of people do this, I'm a moderator, and sometimes I have my own community. I invited you all, it's called Market Fit. So I'm a moderator, I allow some kind of promotion. So join, please join. So I got comments and I opened their profiles, and it just promotion, 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 promotion. It's not about Reddit, and sometimes it's these people pretend that they are happy customers, and they're not happy customers. They are founders, marketers.
Yeah.
So let's say 9 to 1, you can tell me that it's a lot of comments. It shouldn't be 9 to 1, but please think that you post something useful, you post something for yourself. So the first thing is to list these discussions and start it being like commenting. So you can recommend your tool, but please add useful comments. So you can useful comment, recommend your tool, useful comment, and so on. So I know a great Reddit rule. It's perfectly fine to be a Redditor with a website. It's not okay to be a website with a Reddit account.
Yeah, that makes sense. So this is a very interesting one that so Olena told us that I think the steps. So I'll just recapture the steps one by one, which is essentially doing your audit, your research, and then seeing which Reddit threads are coming. And Olena, you mentioned a couple of tools. The platform that I'm building, which is Reso, you can do this absolutely free of cost. You can come sign up, and it'll recommend like 70 odd prompts for you, which you can select 35 prompts, and then you can run them on Google AI, Chat GPT, Perplexity. And a lot of times we see Reddit come up there. So you can just click on Reddit and you can see the whole Reddit threads, which are actually answering, like AI is using to answer the relevant prompts that folks are searching around. And definitely participate in those. 9 is to 1. And yes, and I'll be sharing on this in the comment thread, I'll be sharing the link to Olena's Reddit. And you can, of course, connect with her personally one on one on LinkedIn as well. I am definitely going to be a part of Olena's Reddit group. Count me in and there to observe. And definitely I'm following the 9 is to 1, because if you catch me promoting before my ninth comment, you gotta like delete everything. You gotta punish me also. Okay, so we have a few questions here in the comment section. Todd says she was nice enough not to ban me after a comment. Yeah, I'm also fingers crossed the same thing, Todd, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to promote because she allowed us. So maybe 5 is to 1 for us, right? Okay. There's a question here which says, Dayal says, Olena, where does Reddit fit into buyer's journey today? Do you think Reddit is more important for awareness, consideration, decision making? And how do you prove ROI for this channel?
So it depends. For example, it mostly research when people are researching what they want to buy. And we can compare it with G2 or other reviews platforms, but we know how they works.
Hmm.
So it mostly people get different gifts for them, different gift cards, and people trust, based on my experience, people trust Reddit more. But
Hmm.
now it's questionable since a lot of marketers started using it. So it mostly research comparison. People compare different tools. People ask questions about pricing, about delivery. It depends, and depends on the type of products. But any type, if you, that's why you should do this research, because you will see what kind of questions people have in your industry, and what is important is to do, I didn't mention this, is to do social listening. So I
Hmm.
mentioned that we need to list all these discussions, but most of these discussions are old. But
Hmm.
what to do next? To People will ask now, and people ask now and will ask in the future, and you want to join this conversation. So what's important to do is to do social listening. I use a tool called F5 bot. So I list my keywords. What I use for my keywords, I use mostly brand name,
Hmm.
category, so software category, market category, and sometimes competitors. And when someone on Reddit mentions one of these like categories, use cases, it doesn't matter. But when people mention is this keywords on Reddit, I get a notification and I can join these conversations. So
Wow. Tool is
yeah,
that?
F5 bot.
F5 bot. I think that's a very interesting tool. And is it paid or is it free, Olina?
It's free. It's free.
Wow, that's so interesting. So F5 bot, I think that's a goldmine of a tool here, and it's absolutely free to use. So it's like Google Trends. You basically kind of put in your keywords
Yes.
and you get a notification. Wow. I mean, this is so exciting. I'm definitely using this tool.
Yes, I saw on LinkedIn people create something with Claude Code like this, but I
Hmm.
think if it's already exists, why I need to create something? It's free.
Yes, wow, this is an interesting product. Definitely trying it out. And on that note, we have a question regarding what you just mentioned. We have a question from David, and he says, um, s- Emma, I'm sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. The question is, so you mean creating a community where you promote your company's product, or a community for your company where you promote the product? So the question is around, how do you really create a community? Do you promote your product on an existing community, or you build out a community and then you promote your product there?
So you can do both.
Okay.
If you can do both, because in most communities like direct promotion, this is the best tool. You can do this.
Okay.
And in this case, I recommend creating your own community. You can create your own community for two main purposes. It's real community. So you create your real community, invite people, post interesting like content, people ask questions, and it's your own community. But one of them like goal can be that you can promote a little bit more than on other places on Reddit. So if other communities don't allow you like direct self promotion in your own community, you can create even these top lists. They are very popular. So it's one of the use cases of how I use Reddit. So, but once again, think about 9 to 1. It's great to post something useful and something for yourself. It's always great to remember about this rule. So, if you can promote in other communities, but think you should read rules. If it's possible, you should follow this 9 to 1 rule. In your own community, you are a moderator. You can remove and restore any comments, any posts. So if it makes sense for you, why not?
And can you run us through like how to decide that it is time for me to build a community for my product? Should you even start building a product, a community, even before you actually launch the product? Or should you do it once the product is live? What is the best way? Like, let's take a tech product, for example, because you said that's a very good category. Anyone who's building out a tech product, it's a good category to be present on LinkedIn. So, taking the example of this industry itself, can you tell us that when is the right time to start a community? And then how do you really build out a community on Reddit if you create one?
So you can create community before your product, or if you already have product, you can create your community. But there are two types of communities on Reddit. You can create a niche community. So it, for example, product marketing, or I have market fit. But if it makes sense for you, you can create a community, your company name, just your branded subreddit. So but if you create just a niche subreddit, you should mention that this subreddit is a part of a company, so people know you shouldn't trick people. It's very important. And I know about a case that a company, a cybersecurity company, they bought a subreddit, a niche subreddit. It's prohibited, and people
Mhm.
noticed this, and it was like very bad for them. And I know that they even returned this subreddit.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they, what did they do? They bought the subreddit.
Yes, they bought the subreddit. It's prohibited. You can do this, but some moderators did this. But people, and especially cybersecurity, it's niche built on trust. So, like people noticed, and as I know, I don't know exactly, but they returned the subreddit to their moderators.
Oh my God, that's like influencer marketing at the next level. So like we pay influencers to create content. Now there's like, oh, I'm creating a subreddit. I've created a community already in the space, and then with that community, you go to a brand. So it's not allowed. And I think maybe, I mean, if it comes to light, then you're doomed. But till the time, if you can do that, it's a very good hack, I believe. I think they probably did milk it for some time and got some good customers out of that, I'm sure. So very interesting. And okay, so now let's talk about again, because we're talking about the tech category, and it's a lot of hard work, 9:1 ratio. So let's get into the scalability. I mean, like up until I think 2020 or 2021, all of us were pretty used to typing things out, writing blog contents, actually doing the hard work of writing, of typing. Now what has happened is since AI, I mean, we're just dictating, we're writing a small prompt and we are wanting AI to give us the content. And now with workflows, with agentic workflows, a lot of posting also happens automatically. And but Reddit is one place which is trying to keep conversations and comments super authentic. So, Olina, can you help us understand that if somebody really wants to utilize this community and do the 9:1 ratio thing, what all can they outsource to AI so that to basically get maximum ROI in terms of time? Because time is a currency today. I just have those 24 hours. How do I make the best use of time by integrating AI into Reddit marketing? How can I do it? So, what are your thoughts on that and your playbook on that, please?
I saw a lot of posts on LinkedIn on how they do Reddit marketing with AI, and I also want to ask to show me these profiles, and they never show.
Yes.
Reddit doesn't like this. So right now, for AI, I think personally that we should have a good taste on where to use AI and where we shouldn't use AI.
Yes.
So in terms of Reddit, as I mentioned, you can do social listening, and you can or create something yourself, like I told, like people do, or you can use this tool. Why not? If it's available, why not? And you can also, for example, I use Claude, but I to get some information if I want to get more information and I don't know what to. But you can just automate it fully,
Hmm. Yes.
because Reddit, first of all, the Reddit community don't like this.
Hmm. Hmm.
People on Reddit, and Reddit itself, I think I heard something last 2 weeks maybe, they started fighting bots. And yes, I saw that they started fighting bots, and I think they will label this activity.
Oh, okay.
So I think brands don't want to have bot in front of their name. I
Hmm.
don't
Yeah.
know. From my perspective, it's better to do less, but with high quality. So if it's 1 hour per week, do this social listening and just join a couple of conversations. Imagine if you will join like 3 conversations per week, but these conversations will be part of ChatGPT and Google. It can
Yeah.
be a great channel for you. And
Yes.
on the other hand, you can start automating everything and have like 20 comments per day, but people will notice, or Reddit will notice. And I saw it's not only about AI, I also saw that some people use different agencies. We
Hmm.
also have Reddit agencies, but I saw what kind of profiles they had, and it's very like funny and not credible when you see that not safe for work profiles started recommending your SaaS, and like, do you want this? I don't
Yeah.
know who can want this. So
So how do you think we go about this? Like, there's a question on similar lines. Anshul says, "What are your thoughts on running an influencer program on Reddit?" And that was exactly the question, because like you mentioned, that there are these agencies who create these IDs, and then suddenly you see somebody new who probably has, like, you can't find out if they're a credible source, are recommending a SaaS product, like you said. Uh, but can you run an influencer program on Reddit? One, and number two, if you are just starting out, should you reveal yourself as the founder who's doing the Reddit strategy, the marketing CMO of the company, or should you actually create, like, you know customer profiles or ICP profiles, and then do the engagement activity from those?
these two questions are very similar, and how you should think about this and behave on Reddit. It doesn't matter if you are a founder, a team member, an influencer. You can do this, but you should tell who you are.
Okay.
Yes, and it's if you see on like a great cases of companies who use Reddit successfully, it's not like this viral LinkedIn post. Really, companies just use Reddit. It's not viral, but it's like a growth channel, a good growth channel. They join, and founders join, and team members joins discussions, but they reveal who they are. They, hey, I'm a founder at, we built, and you can use this. We have a free trial. We have a free. It's okay if you like follow all the Reddit rules. Maybe some communities will be angry. It's it happens, but in most cases, yes. Why not? If you have happy customers or ambassadors, partners who use Reddit, why not? I'm a
Hmm.
happy customer. Just tell who you are, and don't do this. People want to do everything at scale, and Reddit isn't place for this. It's better to do less, but you should know what to do and in what communities to discuss, and where to join discussion. So it's better to do less. You can do as a founder, as a team member, as an influencer, ambassador, partners. In the past, I built our own community, branded community for partners, for ambassadors, and they were active there. So, like, just follow all the rules, and everything should be good. Reddit can ban you, and it's like everything can happen. But if you follow all the rules, it should be easier. You should be more like chances to grow on Reddit, and so
Yeah. No, I think it's important because Reddit is also maintaining its authenticity as a channel which has real human beings actually giving real human comments and not a bot, a place for bot. Because the moment it becomes a place wherein automatically through automation, bots are coming in and putting in their comments, it essentially becomes, it loses its authenticity. And then why would AI platforms like a chat gpt and perplexity cite Reddit sources? Because then it just becomes AI recommending something which is written by AI. I mean, where is the human in the loop who's actually doing the research and wants genuine authentic feedback? So but there is one, I think we are already on time, but one question that came in was that there are agencies who are selling Reddit as a service. And they basically claim that they have acquired some profiles which already have karma points and they would be using those. Second, they'll be creating profiles on Reddit, which would be the persona of their ICP and kind of mimicking their ICP personas, and then, kind of doing an activity on Reddit. Uh, so, one, is it a good strategy to go with these agencies? The second part of the question is that what should be the KPIs on which you judge a good Reddit strategy, whether it's working for you or not? So it's a two-parter.
So if you have anyone suggest you something, it's always great to ask them. First of all, share their profiles.
Yes.
And, and second, share their successful use cases. And you can even reach out to these people if they ever exist.
Yeah. True.
So based on my experience, I can tell you that successful Reddit companies, they have a special community member or even founders who are active members. So it's important. It's an investment, and doesn't make sense for you to invest in this. You should decide, you should see. When someone suggests me some kind of work on project, I ask who can be involved in this project. If your team, your founder are ready to participate. It's not, for example, if it's a startup, I see that it's successful when a founder or someone, head of marketing or industry expert. If you're talking about cybersecurity, it's difficult to marketers join these discussions because you need an industry expert. So if someone suggests you something, it's great to understand who they are, and maybe all they have is their viral LinkedIn post. So,
Okay. So
and the
basically,
second
yes, second question.
and second question, like the most you should know, you should get these messages, or you should get, if you have a form, you should get, I found you on Reddit. It's the most important that you have.
Okay.
Customers should find you on Reddit. If we are talking about on platform metrics, it can be, I use, it's a hidden metric, but it shares. If you post something useful and people share it, it's important. So one more, I have a discussions that are placed at the top of Google. So I wrote it coincidentally, but it outperformed the native blog from this company. So a company has a domain rating, I think 70, but this discussion outperforms this blog post with the same like name, title. So it's a great way if your discussions, if you're are cited on Google or on ChatGPT, it's a great metric. It's difficult metric, but it's great. If we are talking about community building, of course, community growth. You should have more and more community members, but engagement, of course, how many comments you have. And I didn't tell you, but a lot of companies, some companies use Reddit and their own communities for support, for customer support and support tickets. Yes,
Interesting.
it's a great platform, and so you can do this on Reddit. when you create this community, you can assign different tags so people can ask questions, can ask for help, and
Mm,
your official team members respond to these questions. So I think it's a great use case.
yeah.
So a great metric in this case in how many questions per week do you get.
Yeah. So I think great KPIs to measure. We started with shares, then we went on to getting cited by Google, by LLMs, by ChatGPT, which is a difficult one. But if you get it, I mean, it's great results. And third would be, of course, comments and how much of interaction and engagement overall is happening. And overall community, like growing of the community, how many members are joining the conversation, overall, how many comments are coming in. Which I think, so these are the KPIs that, guys, you need to measure if you're looking at Reddit as a strategy. But I think very beautiful point made by Olina, that if you can actually start doing solving people's problem on your product. So like imagine, like just in taking an example, Canva, and somebody puts in like, oh, I'm not able to create this on Canva, and then your customer success team sweeps in and says, oh, don't worry, this is how you solve it. Or you can, or maybe someone else, somebody who's a Canva competitor can come and say, oh, Canva doesn't do this, but we do. So here is how you do it on our platform. Great
That's
place to start.
how, yeah, that's how successful companies use Reddit. It's not tricks, but you just show that you care. You just join discussions. You tell who you are, because it's okay to, if you solve this problem, if you're not spamming, why not?
Yes.
People
Uh,
are talking about this like hacks or different, like they're afraid of this, but they are not afraid of prohibited. They should be afraid of something prohibited. And
yes.
if you follow all the rules, why not? It's better to do a couple of hours per week, per month, but do it the right way.
I completely agree. And we're on time. I mean, we're like, we've already exceeded time, but there are a lot of questions. If you allow me, Olina, can we take one last question? If you allow us to do that, there are like three or four of them, but just one if you have the time.
Yes, of course.
Great. So Manoj had asked, he had asked that how do you detect if it's real? Okay. So he's basically asking, how do you detect if any content which is being posted on Reddit is real or it's authenticity? So basically, how do you check the authenticity of any content which comes on Reddit?
So when I'm now a moderator, but when I was a moderator at a branded subreddit, they had a rule: no AI content at all, and they
Yes.
even check this. But from my perspective, even they use AI, it's okay, but it shouldn't be, first of all, or only promotion. I tell you, because when someone promotes in my subreddit, I always check their profiles. If this promotion, of course, it's not authentic. They are here only for promotions, and they even lie that they are a happy customer. It's just a big use case, because right now I'm a moderator, and I created a post with different tools, and probably all these competitors get these notifications and they started commenting, and I got about 10 comments with different tools, suggestions, and no one told that they are a part of the team
Yeah.
founders. It's just promotion. Of course, it's not authentic. Just
Yes.
when I join conversation, I try to tell that I'm a part of the team or who I am. So
Hmm. Yeah, that brings in authenticity, that who you are. And one, like a very relevant question to this point, what are the karma points that someone should have before starting a new community? Is there like a minimum karma point benchmark that you should have that makes
I
sense? Rule on
I
that?
started a community when I had karma, because I told you how I started. I started with just useful comments and content. Really, I don't know exactly, but I think that someone told me that they were banned immediately when they wanted. So it's not. It's better to. That's why I recommend you to do this now. Just create your profile, and you will have a new profile when you need it. So it's better not to start from your community. Just join Reddit and start joining discussions.
any rule, like you gave us the 9:1 rule, so any kind of like base rule which is not really an official rule, but something in your experience that maybe so many year old profile or so many karma points and then start a community, anything, just uh like something from your experience.
200, 200, it can be 200. It's personal my number, but it shows that you did something useful on Reddit in the past. And about karma, it's always, if you just join Reddit, just start with something useful and don't promote right away.
Hmm. I
It's
think
because
I think
you can be banned. You can be banned.
I think what I'm getting from Alina is that, guys, initially let it be at least 15:1 or 20:1, like actually give to the community. And then slowly you can do like a nine, you can come to 9:1. Like once you've given to the community, then probably, you can start promoting as well. And we have some great questions. And I'm sorry, guys, I won't be able to take all of them because we are
I'll
10 minutes.
respond. I'll respond after our sessions in the comments. It's okay. It's totally okay.
So nice. That'll be so nice of you, Olina. And I would really want all of you guys to kind of connect with Olina on LinkedIn and even join our community. Olina, please send me your community link. I would love to share it with all of our participants here today who've joined this live. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And thank you so much, Olina, for sharing all these nuggets with us. The free tool where you can literally, like Google Trends, kind of, track your keywords and get the subreddits. So you have 2 3 free tools that we discussed today. You can use research to kind of get your overall analysis on LLMs. You can use the tool. Can you tell me the name of the tool again, Alina? I would be
F
sharing.
F5 bot.
F5 bot. So F5 bot, and then Alina, please tell us your Reddit link, and I would also share the link, which is your Reddit community that you run for marketing folks.
Yes, it's called Market Fit.
Market feed. So all of us are joining that. Thank you so much, Alina, for giving us your time today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. See you next live.
Bye.